From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, April 19th, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.27 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,205 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $227. Antiwar.com reports, though Iranian state media hasn't mentioned the fact at all, U.S. military officials claim a naval convoy of between 7 and 9 Iranian ships is moving somewhere in the vicinity of Yemen. Details are scant, but officials said only some of the ships may have been armed and that they might be conceivably there to get into a fight with Saudi ships at some point. There's no reason to think that's actually the case beyond Pentagon speculation, though Saudi Arabia, which is attacking Yemen right now, has made clear they won't allow any Iranian ships into Yemeni national waters. The U.S. speculation is probably warrantless at this point anyhow, as they previously were hysterical about 2 Iranian ships, one of them a destroyer, being deployed to the region on an anti-piracy operation, but those ships did exactly what they said they were doing and never picked a fight with the Saudi Navy. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports a mother and cannabis oil activist, Shauna Banda, learned last month that the state of Kansas has yet to warm up to medical cannabis. After her young son defended the use of cannabis during a drug education lesson, school counselors reportedly called state authorities that detained the child and raided Shauna's home. Banda told investigative journalist Ben Swan, "They pulled my son out of school at around 1:40 in the afternoon and interrogated him. I didn't believe you could get a warrant off something a child says in school." Police obtained a warrant and searched her home, finding 2 ounces of cannabis flowers and an ounce of cannabis oil. The family previously lived in Colorado, where recreational use of cannabis is legal. In Colorado, she successfully used cannabis oil to treat her Crohn's disease and has since been in support for its use. The cannabis found in her home could lead to felony charges, but none have yet been filed. Her son was taken away from her. A new custody hearing is set for Monday. She told Ben Swan, "My son and I did have the talk about how it's not okay to bring this up in Kansas because it's a different state than Colorado." She was explaining how she tried to keep her son from being too vocal, saying it's very confusing for a child. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Coinbase also allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin using a bank account or use their tools to accept Bitcoin as a merchant. Opening a wallet is quick and easy, and for merchants, there are no transaction fees on the first $1 million worth of transactions. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. Reuters reports advocates for legalizing cannabis launched a petition campaign in Phoenix on Friday seeking a ballot measure that could make Arizona the 5th U.S. state to allow possession, cultivation, and consumption of small amounts of cannabis for recreational use. Supporters have until July of next year to obtain the signatures of 150,642 registered voters in the politically conservative state in order to get the initiative placed on the November 2016 ballot. Formal paperwork to kick off the drive was filed with the state on Friday. Following the lead of 5 other western states and the District of Columbia, the Arizona measure would legalize possession, cultivation, and private personal consumption of cannabis by adults for the sake of just getting high. Arizona is already one of 23 states, plus the District of Columbia, that allows cannabis for medical use. Cannabis remains classified as an illegal narcotic under federal law, although the Obama administration has taken the position of giving individual states leeway to carry out their own recreational use status. Under the Arizona proposal, adults 21 and older could ultimately purchase up to 1 ounce of cannabis through a state-licensed retail outlet. They would also be permitted to grow up to 6 plants at home without a license. Sales tax proceeds would be earmarked to cover regulation costs, public health, and education efforts. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.